Our topic is the inconvenience of taking the bus for residents in Hong Kong. The background. The buses are important, and the residents encounter lots of problems. Our objective is to develop an efficient management system and improve the service level of taking bus. Plan for DMAIC it concludes 6 main problems and summarizes each step based on the problem. We study the causes and effects by the fishbone method.
So here comes our define part. There are 6 problems in this part. The first one is that there is too less indications at the bus stations. For example, there is no direction on bus signs, and there are too many bus routes and few signs on bus stops. The second one is that the driver often drives too fast, especially in minibus. The third one is that most drivers can only understand Cantonese, just like that.
I'm sorry, this is about going to issues. Sorry, I don't speak Cantonese. I'm asking, where does this bus go?
This bus is going to the HK University, so we would like to.
Oh yeah, cool, that's fine.
哎，师傅，下一站哪儿啊？
啱你講白話啊，我唔識普通話。
我不知道下一站能不能下呀。您不会讲普通话啊？
做咩嘢啊
？Sorry, I can also speak.
呢個幾站嗰個商場。
Can you speak English?
No,
Another problem we define is the limitation on paying method. This picture shows the situation for double-decker. As for the minibus, it's on the right side. You can see it only supports 2 methods, octopus and cash. In addition, you can see this video which showed inside of a minibus. There are no signal and stops on it. And finally, Hong Kong bus system is lack of overnight buses in the countryside. We simulate the situation of midnight bus station in this video.
What time is it right now? Oh my god, it's 12 midnight right now. Where's the bus? Yeah, we can wait for a while. Oh my god.
From this video, we can see it is difficult to find a bus at midnight, especially in the countryside. So that's all for our define part.
We study in FMEA chart, we study the part of taking bus in Hong Kong. Its function is to deliver passengers and its failure is inconvenience. Here are the causes and effects. The first cause is that the bus drivers are too old and there are too less indications. The Hong Kong's fast-paced life, and that's why the bus drivers are driving too fast. People use octopus and cash the most. That leads to limitations in paying methods. Next cause is drivers are mostly all local people, which causes that the most drivers can only understand Cantonese. Also, the cause that the privately owned public transport has such consequence that a lack of overnight buses in the countryside. And finally, the lack of automation leads to minibus has no signals about the stops. Here are you can see the controls and the RPM. In the fishbone chart, we have next branches: the environment, the process, people, and machines. Those are our X's. The sub-environment branch is limitation in paying methods. We have 2 sub-processes, like lack of indications at the bus stops and the lack of overnight buses. The sub-branch of people is driving too fast and no signals about stops in minibuses is a sub-branch of machines. It leads to the next Y, the inconvenience for residents. How to improve that? Add signs. A sufficient number of signs at bus stops heading directions needs to be specially marked. Safety education can be provided for drivers, and some punitive measures can be introduced. WeChat Pay and Alipay can be introduced as a different payment methods. And to reach the multilingual drivers level, we can hire younger drivers who can speak Mandarin and English, or we can organize speaking clubs for older drivers. Step number 5 is to expand the number of employees in order to make more overnight buses. And we can also add screens and voice station announcements to what we mean is to add screens to indicate stops on minibus, and voice station announcements can be introduced.
And the next part is control. How to control the performance of Hong Kong buses. We propose 2 ways. The first way is constitute a buses committee to monitor the performance. This will facilitate the management of Hong Kong bus drivers. The second way is deliver questionnaires to passengers periodically and ask the suggestions about improvement. Next, we will show you the video about control. Since the number of overnight buses has increased, students no longer have to worry about missing the last bus because they studied too late at school and had to walk home.
I'm tired. Finally can go home right now. It's midnight.
Due to the improvement of multilingual ability for bus drivers, the drivers can master basic Mandarin and English, which ensures that they can communicate with passengers and greatly facilitate the travel of passengers.
哎，师傅，下在哪儿啊？
下一站科大呀。
哦，好的，那我
你係咪科大學生學生啊？
係呀係呀。
哦。
那我下一站直接下就可以。好，謝謝。
是啊，是。
好，謝謝。
Hello, does this bus go to UC?
Yes, have a seat.
Oh, cool, thank you.